Hello, I am Jimena Perez. The topic I will explain is public speaking as a problem. The objective of this video is identify the different aspects of public speech and start avoiding the mistakes we usually do when we make a presentation in the classroom. The material I used to have a better understanding was a mind map. It contains the most relevant information about public speaking, its benefits, what are the elements of the communication process, its aim, and what it contains. So, you will find a description of the most important points related to public speaking and some samples to illustrate better the facts to have an effective communication. So, let's start with this video. Public speaking, an important skill that everyone has to have, but not everybody likes to give public speaking. But what it does it happen? The person is going to present a topic, thinks the appearance is the most important to give a good presentation, but that's not right. You don't have to look like a star and use fancy words. What is really important is that the audience understands you and you can explain what you read previously to have your own delivery style. If you think that talk about public speaking or learn how to do it is not useful, that's not true because there are three main benefits in which you'll be dealing with personal, professional, and public benefits of learning more about it. The first one is personal. At times, we're called to give speeches in our personal lives, such as wedding, goodbye parties, or give an eulogy at a funeral. So, developing these types of speeches can help us to fill essential roles. And we have to take self confidence into consideration to be able to talk in front of a multitude. The second one is professional, and it is informative or persuasive speaking. Can help you understand how to write presentation that enhance your leadership skills. But also, and when you want to start a career or get a job, an effective speaking makes you more attractive to employers and you can have more chances to get it. And public is learning about public speaking helps you to listen more carefully and allow you to understand public dilemmas. Elements of the communication process. The process of the communication involves several characteristics to complete this process. The first is encoding and decoding. Encoding refers to take some mental images or ideas and associate that images with words to then transmit a message. And decoding is the reverse process of listening. First, you take all those ideas and make an association to understand in your own way. The second one is communicator. That's all the people in the interaction and it is used instead of a sender and receiver because when we are communicating with other people, we are not only sending a message, we are receiving messages from others simultaneously. Message. It involves those verbal and nonverbal behaviors that are interpreted with meaning by others. The verbal portion of the message refers to the words that we speak while the nonverbal interaction helps us to see if the person understands and also if the person is okay or not in her components such as personal appearance, posture, gestures, and body movements. Channel. The message and the channel would work together because it's where the message travels. That channel can have a profound impact on the way a message is interpreted. Listening to a recording of a speaker doesn't have the same psychological impact as listening to the same speech in person or watching that person on TV. The next aspect is noise. It refers to anything that interferes with messages, transmission, or reception. There are four kinds of noises: physiological, psychological, physical, and cultural noise. Physiological noise refers to bodily processes and stages that interface with a message. Psychological noise refers to mental states or emotional states that impede message transmission. Physical noise would be simply the actual sound level in a room, loud music playing at a party, a number of voices of people talking, and soon will interface with communication. And the last one is cultural noise. That refers to message interference that results from different in people's world views. As you can see, what I've mentioned before was all the processes in which communication have to pass. Now, let's go to see what are the most important speaking competencies. Audience. When you are in the process of preparing and delivering a speech, you need to keep in mind that you are speaking to an audience and not just to you. What I mean is you have to engage the audience in order to have and interact mentally with your ideas. Useful topic. You have to choose a topic that is appropriate to the audience and the occasion. We as students have the freedom in selecting our speech topic, which it makes difficult because maybe we are undecided, but don't worry about it because we can use some techniques about how to search for a speech topic. Your purpose. Before you start researching your topic, determine the general and specific purpose. The general purpose usually is to entertain, to inform, or persuade, and the specific purpose describes what the speaker wants to accomplish. Supported ideas. It's important to locate, synthesize, and employ compelling supporting materials because they arouse interest, provide substance, and emphasize the main points. Clear organization. This competency is to use an effective organizational pattern to have clear main points. One of the most important parts of a speech is the introduction. It should function as an attention getter, create interest, motivate the audience to listen, establish your credibility, and give a preview of your main points. And finally, you have to develop a conclusion that reinforces the thesis and provides psychological closure. As you can see, all this information is really interesting and necessary. I noticed the mistakes I have, but I hoped with all I read, I'll be able to apply it in the real world to get an effective communication in whatever situation I be, not just in the university. So, thank you for watching this video. Suggestions or doubts, please write them below.